It's an awful story. A family is dead in New Hampshire. An arrest has been made in connection to a double homicide in Worcester.
And in both of those stories, police say that the instances of violence actually started after a fight broke out between the suspects and their partners. Now, as these individual communities warn, the incidents do raise questions about the impacts of domestic violence. So here to answer those questions, Dr. Cristina Montalvo, Chief of Emergency Psychiatry at Tufts Medical Center. It's great to see you. Thank you. Question one. Researchers say that more than 10 million people here in the United States will experience domestic violence at some point in their life. Estimated 34% will seek medical care for their injuries. So what's your role when these victims do arrive at the emergency room?
Yeah, when we see these individuals come in the emergency room, one of the biggest goals is to make them feel safe, safe and comfortable. And that could look a lot of different ways. One is making sure we're not being judgmental. I think they already have a lot of stigma around what they're going through and a lot of guilt. And the second thing we can do is make sure that we can offer them privacy for an evaluation for their physical injuries and to give them an opportunity to let us know what's actually happening. And that's often removing them from any potential abusers that they might be with and not being being aware that abusers can look anyway, age, sex, and getting them in a place where they can talk.
Right.
Sure.
Doctor, it's good to see you. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. So let's talk, and you're very calming and you have such great advice. What do these victims typically tell you about staying in the relationship?
It's hard. There's a lot of ambivalence because I think people don't know how to start fresh and they're so enmeshed in a lot of these abusive relationships. Imagine your home, your finances, worrying about the safety and the well-being of your children if you share them with that person, and those threats that you've probably heard for so long about the consequences of leaving. So those are things we have to keep in mind when we're not sure about why people can't leave.
And there's another aspect to this too, because if we think we know someone who is being abused, maybe it's not easy to have a conversation. Maybe that person might deny, oh yeah, nothing, everything's all right. What should we do?
I think giving a space for them to speak out. I think coming frankly out and saying, hey, are you being abused, can frighten people. They might not even realize what they're enduring is abuse. So asking questions of, do you feel safe? What keeps you in this relationship? Or even saying, I've noticed sometimes when you're with this person, you act differently, and approaching it in different ways to give them an opportunity to review what's actually happening.
Always thoughtful advice, Dr. Montalvo. So great to see you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. It's an important topic.
Thanks, Dr. Montalvo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. If you or someone you know is in a domestic violence situation and they need help, there are resources available. If you need help, you can call the number on your screen any time of the day to reach SafeLink Massachusetts toll-free statewide domestic violence hotline, and you see it right there.